What if I told you that loving yourself could be the most powerful medicine for healing? That the way you speak to yourself and what you choose to believe about yourself has the potential to transform your life in ways you may not have imagined. Today, we're diving into the teachings of Louise Hay, a true pioneer in the world of self-love and inner healing. Louise's work brought a revolutionary message to the world, showing us that true healing doesn't come from the outside. It comes from a deep, core-level love for who we are, with all our perceived flaws, mistakes, and imperfections. Louise Hay believed that self-love is not a luxury or a fleeting feel-good exercise, but the very foundation for healing our mind, body, and soul. She understood that our deepest challenges, whether physical or emotional, often stem from the beliefs we hold about ourselves, many of which have been with us since childhood, shaped by the words of others or painful experiences that left a mark. Louise saw these beliefs as powerful forces that could either uplift or limit us. Her words, "Loving yourself is not vanity, it's sanity," were a call to see self-love not as something frivolous or selfish, but as an essential step toward wholeness. This wasn't just a theory for her, it was her lived truth. Having faced her own hardships, Louise discovered that healing is not something external that we must chase or earn. Instead, it's something we create from within by embracing who we are. Louise's philosophy revolves around the power of our thoughts and beliefs. She taught that every thought we think and every word we say is like a seed we're planting in the garden of our lives. The positive thoughts nourish our spirit, feeding it with hope, resilience, and peace, while the negative thoughts act like weeds, weighing us down and stifling our growth. She believed that learning to love ourselves is, at its core, an act of choosing the kind of seeds we want to plant in our inner garden. And by nurturing our minds with loving, supportive, and kind thoughts, we give ourselves the chance to flourish in ways we might not have thought possible. For Louise, self-love wasn't about becoming arrogant or self-centered. It was about showing ourselves the compassion and understanding that we often extend to others, but rarely give ourselves. She reminded us that love, when turned inward, becomes an act of self-preservation. When we allow ourselves to feel worthy, despite our struggles and imperfections, we tap into a wellspring of strength and courage that can guide us through the darkest moments. Louise's teachings were clear. Healing is not a destination, but a journey. By nurturing ourselves with love, we begin to dissolve the barriers that keep us from feeling whole. As we explore Louise's wisdom today, the goal isn't to transform ourselves into someone else, but to reconnect with the parts of ourselves that we may have hidden or dismissed. To apply her teachings is to engage in an ongoing practice of affirming our own worth, accepting our own humanity, and choosing thoughts that serve our highest good. Self-love is about building a relationship with ourselves that feels like home, one where we can be fully seen and fully accepted, not just by others, but by ourselves. So, let's dive into her powerful methods and see how her wisdom can guide us to love ourselves at our core and start a journey of healing that comes from within. When we take the time to see ourselves as worthy and whole, we open the door to transformation that's lasting and profound. This is what Louise wanted for each of us, to discover that healing doesn't require us to become someone different, but rather to embrace ourselves exactly as we are. Through her work, she left us with a timeless message. Loving ourselves is not only the beginning of healing, but the key to finding peace, joy, and the ability to live fully. Whether you're at the beginning of your journey or already on the path, her teachings offer a way to make self-love an everyday practice, one that will shape the life you live and the way you feel within it. One of Louise Hay's most famous techniques for cultivating self-love is the use of affirmations. She firmly believed that our minds are incredibly powerful, capable of shaping our reality and influencing our self-perception. Louise often emphasized that the language we use to speak to ourselves plays a pivotal role in determining our beliefs about who we are. Her message was clear. You've been criticizing yourself for years, and it hasn't worked. Try approving of yourself and see what happens. This simple yet profound idea underscores the transformative potential of shifting our inner dialogue from negativity to affirmation. Affirmations are more than just words. They are powerful statements that affirm positive truths about who you are and who you are becoming. The beauty of affirmations lies in their simplicity and accessibility. Louise encouraged us to integrate affirmations into our daily routines, suggesting that we start each day with a meaningful ritual. One of her most impactful practices involved looking into the mirror, making eye contact with ourselves, and saying, "I love you. I really, really love you." Initially, this exercise can feel awkward or even uncomfortable. You might find yourself battling disbelief or skepticism, but that's perfectly okay. This discomfort is often a sign that you're confronting deeply ingrained beliefs about yourself that need to be addressed. As you persist in this practice, you may begin to notice a shift within yourself. Over time, the act of self-acknowledgement can open doors to compassion, forgiveness, and genuine self-acceptance that you may have previously thought were locked tight. Affirmations serve as a bridge to a more loving relationship with yourself, allowing you to nurture the positive aspects of your being while gradually dismantling the negative self-talk that has held you captive for so long. If you're new to affirmations, it's best to start with simple phrases that resonate with you. Consider incorporating statements like, "I am worthy of love," "I accept myself just as I am," or "I am safe and I am at peace with who I am." These affirmations are gentle reminders of your inherent worth and the value of self-acceptance. As you practice saying these phrases daily, take a moment to pause and truly internalize their meaning. Feel the words settle into your being, creating ripples of change that can transform your thoughts and emotional landscape. It's essential to approach affirmations with patience and persistence. Change doesn't happen overnight, but with consistent practice, you may start to observe subtle yet powerful changes unfolding within you. You might notice a greater sense of self-compassion emerging or a decrease in the critical voice that once dominated your thoughts. Louise's work teaches us that we are deserving of love and acceptance simply because we exist. This fundamental truth can serve as a foundation upon which to build a more positive self-image and a deeper understanding of your own worth. In a world that often bombards us with messages of inadequacy, the practice of affirmations stands as a radical act of self-love. By choosing to affirm your own value and nurturing your sense of self through these statements, you actively participate in your healing journey. Affirmations empower you to rewrite the narrative of your life, shifting from self-doubt to self-empowerment. As you embrace Louise's teachings and incorporate affirmations into your daily routine, you open yourself to the profound realization that loving yourself is not only possible, but essential for a life filled with joy, peace, and fulfillment. The journey to self-love begins with the words you choose to speak to yourself, and each affirmation is a step toward embracing the beautiful, unique individual you are. Another core part of Louise Hay's teachings is forgiveness, not just forgiving others, but also forgiving yourself. This aspect of her philosophy is vital because she understood that holding on to feelings of resentment, guilt, or regret only deepens our wounds and prevents true healing. To embark on a journey of recovery and self-acceptance, we must learn to let go of the past and free ourselves from the pain it continues to inflict on our lives. This process of forgiveness is not merely a one-time event. It's an ongoing practice that requires intention and self-compassion. Forgiving yourself is often the hardest step in this journey. Many of us carry around a heavy burden of regret for choices we made, words we said, or opportunities we let slip through our fingers. We replay these moments in our minds, wishing we could rewrite the script of our lives. However, Louise encouraged us to shift our perspective and see these experiences not as sources of shame, but as essential components of our personal growth. She believed that every mistake or misstep is an opportunity to learn something valuable about ourselves and our paths. By reframing our experiences in this way, we can cultivate a sense of understanding and compassion for ourselves. Forgiveness, according to Louise, is not about condoning any harm that may have been done, whether by others or by ourselves. Instead, it's about releasing the grip that negative emotions have on us. When we hold on to anger or guilt, we allow those feelings to take root in our hearts, creating a toxic environment that stifles our ability to thrive. Louise taught that forgiveness is an act of self-liberation. It allows us to reclaim our power and shift our focus from what was lost or broken to what can be learned and rebuilt. The process of forgiving yourself can be a challenging and emotional journey. It often requires confronting uncomfortable truths about yourself and your past. This might mean acknowledging feelings of inadequacy or recognizing patterns of behavior that no longer serve you. It's essential to approach this process with kindness and patience, understanding that healing takes time. You may find it helpful to engage in reflective practices, such as journaling or meditating on your feelings, to better understand the emotions you're grappling with. As you work through the complexities of self-forgiveness, remind yourself that it's perfectly natural to feel conflicted. It's okay to have moments of doubt or resistance. Allow yourself to feel those emotions without judgment. Louise believed that by facing these feelings head-on, you create space for genuine healing. As you acknowledge your pain and the lessons it offers, you begin to unravel the knots that have been holding you back. One powerful practice Louise advocated for was to create a forgiveness ritual. This could involve writing a letter to yourself, expressing your feelings of regret and hurt, and then deliberately choosing to release those feelings. You might decide to read the letter aloud and then destroy it, symbolizing your decision to let go of the past. Alternatively, you could find a quiet space to meditate on forgiveness, visualizing yourself surrounded by love and compassion as you embrace your imperfections. Through forgiveness, you ultimately reclaim the right to move forward with your life. You release the heavy weight of past mistakes, allowing yourself to step into the present with renewed energy and purpose. As Louise Hay so eloquently expressed, forgiving yourself is not a sign of weakness. Rather, it is a courageous act of self-love. It is an acknowledgement that you are human, that you deserve compassion, and that your journey is valid. When you let go of the burdens that no longer serve you, you open yourself to the possibility of healing, growth, and a deeper connection with your true self. In embracing forgiveness, you create a path toward a brighter, more authentic future. Louise Hay was a strong advocate of mirror work, a transformative practice that involves looking at yourself in the mirror, meeting your own gaze, and speaking words of love, acceptance, and encouragement. This technique is powerful because it brings you face to face with yourself, fostering a connection with the parts of you that may have been overlooked or neglected for far too long. In a world where we often judge ourselves harshly and focus on our flaws, mirror work serves as a radical act of self-compassion and self-discovery. The essence of mirror work lies in its simplicity. By taking the time to look into your own eyes, you create a sacred space for self-reflection and affirmation. It is a moment of intimacy with yourself, a chance to acknowledge who you are, right in that very moment. Louise understood that many people struggle to accept themselves fully, often holding on to negative self-perceptions. Through mirror work, you can begin to dismantle those damaging beliefs and replace them with messages of love and validation. Let's try a quick exercise together. If you're able to, grab a mirror. Any mirror will do. Or you can even use the front-facing camera on your phone. Take a deep breath, allowing yourself to ground in the present moment. As you look into your own eyes, say to yourself, "I love you, and I accept you just as you are." Allow the words to resonate within you, even if they feel foreign at first. This act of speaking kindly to yourself is a powerful step toward cultivating a deeper sense of self-acceptance. As you engage in this practice, pay attention to any feelings that arise. You might experience a wave of warmth and comfort, or perhaps feelings of resistance or discomfort will surface. If you feel awkward or hesitant, know that this reaction is completely normal. Many of us have been conditioned to shy away from self-love and to criticize ourselves instead. It takes time and practice to shift this mindset and embrace a more nurturing inner dialogue. The key to mirror work is consistency. This is not a one-time exercise. Rather, it is a commitment to showing up for yourself daily. The more you engage in this practice, the more you'll notice a gradual softening of those defenses that may have been built up over years of negative self-talk. With time, you'll find it easier to embrace yourself with compassion and gentleness. This practice encourages you to peel back the layers of self-doubt and insecurity, allowing your authentic self to shine through. In addition to affirmations, mirror work can also serve as a tool for processing emotions. As you look at yourself, take a moment to reflect on your day and how you felt. Are there moments of joy you'd like to celebrate? Are there challenges you need to acknowledge? Use this time to express gratitude for yourself, recognizing the effort you put into navigating life's ups and downs. Through mirror work, you're not only cultivating self-love, you're also building a deeper connection with your inner self. This practice encourages you to embrace vulnerability and recognize that it's okay to be imperfect. In fact, it's our imperfections that make us uniquely human. When you approach yourself with love, you begin to create a safe haven within, one where you can explore your thoughts, feelings, and dreams without judgment. As you embark on this journey of mirror work, remember that it's a process. You may not see immediate results, but with patience and commitment, you will likely notice a profound shift in how you perceive and relate to yourself. Allow mirror work to be a gentle reminder that you are deserving of love and acceptance, just as you are. In this practice, you cultivate a relationship with yourself that is rooted in compassion, paving the way for deeper healing and a more authentic life. Louise Hay's life is a powerful testament to the transformative effects of self-love and forgiveness. Her journey was not one of privilege or ease. Rather, it was marked by significant trauma, abuse, and hardship. From a young age, she faced challenges that would have overwhelmed many. Yet she emerged not only as a survivor, but also as a beacon of hope and inspiration for others. Through her experiences, she discovered that self-love was not just a feel-good concept, but a profound tool for healing and personal growth. Louise often recounted her early years filled with struggles, which included emotional and physical abuse. These experiences deeply affected her sense of self-worth, leading her to internalize feelings of shame and inadequacy. However, instead of remaining a victim to her circumstances, she made a pivotal decision. She chose to stop blaming herself for things that were beyond her control. This decision was monumental. It marked the beginning of her journey toward forgiveness and healing. Louise understood that forgiveness is not about condoning the actions of those who have hurt us. Rather, it is about freeing ourselves from the chains of resentment and guilt that bind us. One of the most striking examples of Louise's commitment to self-love and healing came during her battle with cancer. Faced with a life-threatening diagnosis, many would have succumbed to fear and despair. Yet Louise chose a different path. She turned inward, using the very teachings she had espoused for years to guide her through this challenging time. Instead of succumbing to the negative thoughts and anxieties that often accompany such a diagnosis, she focused on cultivating a deep sense of love for herself. Louise visualized her body as healthy and vibrant, creating a mental picture of herself free from illness. She practiced affirmations daily, repeating phrases that reinforced her belief in her worthiness and ability to heal. Moreover, Louise emphasized the importance of forgiveness during this period. Each day, she would consciously practice letting go of the hurt and anger she felt towards those who had wronged her. This practice of forgiveness was not merely a mental exercise. It was a heartfelt commitment to release the emotional burdens she had carried for so long. Louise understood that holding on to anger and resentment only served to weigh her down, obstructing her path to healing. By choosing to forgive, she liberated herself from the past and created space for new, positive energy to flow into her life. Through these practices of visualization, self-love, and forgiveness, Louise claimed to have healed herself from cancer. This experience became a cornerstone of her life's work, fueling her passion for teaching others the power of self-acceptance and healing. She often reminded her audiences that no matter how deep the wounds or how challenging the circumstances, healing and self-love are always possible. Her message resonated with countless individuals, inspiring them to embark on their own journeys of self-discovery and forgiveness. Louise's story serves as a profound reminder that our beginnings do not define our outcomes. The path to healing may be fraught with difficulties, but through self-love and forgiveness, we can transcend our pasts and embrace a brighter future. Her life's work encourages us to acknowledge our pain, embrace our authentic selves, forgive us, and believe in our innate ability to heal. By following her teachings, we too can learn to cultivate love for ourselves, no matter where we start. Louise Hay's legacy continues to inspire countless individuals to prioritize self-love as a means of transforming their lives and healing their hearts. If Louise Hay were here, she would gently remind you that the journey of self-love is not an instantaneous transformation, but rather a gradual, daily practice. It requires patience, dedication, and an open heart. Embracing self-love starts with small, manageable steps that can lead to profound changes over time. You don't need to overhaul your life in one day. Instead, begin by incorporating simple practices into your daily routine. Start with affirmations, which are powerful tools that can help shift your mindset. Speak kindly to yourself, using positive statements that resonate with your heart. Affirmations can serve as a gentle reminder of your inherent worth, helping to drown out the negative self-talk that so often clouds our minds. Another impactful practice is mirror work, a technique that invites you to look into your own eyes and acknowledge yourself with love and acceptance. This can feel strange or uncomfortable at first, but it's a critical step toward connecting with your true self. When you take a moment each day to engage in this practice, you're planting seeds of self-acceptance that will grow over time. You might find that your initial discomfort transforms into a deep sense of compassion for yourself as you continue to embrace this practice. Forgiveness, both of yourself and others, is another cornerstone of self-love that Louise championed. It's essential to let go of past grievances that hold you back, as well as to release the guilt or shame you may carry. Forgiveness is not about condoning what happened. It's about freeing yourself from the heavy burdens of resentment and regret. When you choose to forgive, you create space for healing and personal growth, allowing love to flourish where pain once resided. Cultivating kindness towards yourself is equally important. Treat yourself with the same compassion and understanding you would offer a dear friend. This means acknowledging your feelings, allowing yourself to rest when needed, and celebrating your achievements, no matter how small they may seem. Being patient and gentle with yourself is vital. Healing is not a race. It's a journey that unfolds at its own pace, and each step you take is a meaningful contribution to your overall well-being. As you begin to see yourself through a lens of love, you will likely notice changes not only in your internal landscape, but also in your relationships with others. Loving yourself at your core is transformative. It allows you to live fully and freely, unencumbered by the judgments and criticisms that may have held you back. This newfound self-love empowers you to engage with the world from a place of strength and authenticity, fostering deeper connections with those around you. If Louise Hay's teachings resonate with you, I encourage you to take a moment today to try one of these practices. Even dedicating just a few minutes to self-affirmation or mirror work can set the stage for a journey of healing that will unfold beautifully over time. And if this video has inspired you, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might benefit from hearing this message. Now, let me ask you this. What's one thing you want to start loving about yourself today? I invite you to drop your thoughts in the comments below. Remember, you are not alone in this journey, and every step you take towards self-love is something to celebrate. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more insights on how to heal, love, and live fully. Each moment is an opportunity to embrace your authentic self, and I'm grateful to share this journey with you.